Hi, I'm sorry that I can't be with you today, but I'm in New Zealand, where even the rainbows are upside down. This award, the Game Changers Award, has a special significance to me, because I have no idea what it means. I do know that this award is being given out by We Media, and that perhaps this award is about we-ness. And maybe that means that I have a larger we-ness than some other people do. But on the other hand, there's some pretty big we-nesses out there these days, much bigger than mine, and I suppose that it's probably not just about the size of one's we-ness. This is a game-changing award, and I'm pretty sure it's about how you play with your we-ness in public. I'm sorry, I had to. But more on game-changing. When I was a kid, I was pretty socially awkward, but I was really into games. And more specifically, I was really into the rules. I'd read the manual and the Dungeon Master Guide in the back of the box top for Scrabble and daydream about that moment that my specialized knowledge would be needed. Oh, you want to trade in letters? That's easy. Place your unwanted tiles face down, then select your new tiles from the bag, and then place your unwanted tiles back in the bag. As you can imagine, I was pretty annoying, and I'd get frustrated easily when people took too long for their turns or started chit-chatting on the side, or when they'd inevitably gang up on me. And when I'd get frustrated, I'd leave. I'd quit, which is certainly one way to change a game, if you want no one to like you. I was a spoil sport. The game theorist Huizinga said that we dislike spoil sports even more than we do cheaters, because at least cheaters are still in the game. They still pretend that the boundaries of the game are real by trying to hide their cheating. I would leave because I was focused on the wrong thing. These games were social, and because I was bad at being social, I thought that by knowing the rules really well, I could level the social playing field. Knowing the correct way to trade in your tiles is infinitely easier than making the girl who's sitting next to you laugh. But that's why you're playing the game, isn't it? That's what I didn't really get as a child. The rules are just there to carve out a potential space, but it's what happens in that space that really matters. It's all about the taking too long for a turn and the chit-chat on the side and the ganging up on me. It's about what it means to be social. Online in the past few years, there's been this explosion in social applications and platforms and services, and each one has its own rule set, and each one carves out a new potential space. You can hardly start a project these days without someone telling you of somewhere else that already has the potential to be what you are. The potential to organize, the potential to understand, the potential to make a meaningful connection, the potential to feel. But so often when you go to these places, you find people arguing about the rules of how to potentially do something. It can feel like we've built 1 million baseball fields, and we've become so obsessed with how to build them that sometimes we forget to play the game. When I think about game changing, I don't really think about what I do, which is basically to build potential spaces. I think about some of the people who occupy these spaces, the people that shift the focus away from the rules and towards genuine human experience, the people that use these platforms, regardless of character limitations or file formats or storage allocation, to keep on trying to figure out what it really means to be social. A few years back, I made a silly little toy called the Flower Maker. It's pretty self-explanatory. You basically click around a little bit, make a flower, and then give it a name. About 1 million have been made so far, and most of them have names like the flower or spring. But about a week ago, the names that people used for their flowers changed, just for a short time, an hour or so. But it's moments like these that I love. I'll read them to you in the order that they came in. Laid off work today. Bosses kept jobs. Sorry for layoff. Moved for this job. Hard start over again. Bosses not nice. Thanks. Sorry, complain. Will work out, promise. Well, try to hope. So sorry to hear it. A very sucky economy. It's nice, right? To me, those are the game changers.